So guys, this is one of the reasons Inec chairman Mahmood refused to announce Peter Obi as the winner of the presidential election because of tribe. You can imagine a Fulani man declaring an Igbo man as the president or the winner of the 2023 presidential election. We all know it was as a result of tribe. Buhari could not believe himself, handing over Nigeria to an Igbo man. They forget that we've outgrown that stage. As in Nigerians, the Nigerian youths are not considering Peter Obi to be a man from the southeast. They look at Peter Obi as a Nigerian project. We just want somebody to come and fix Nigeria. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the experience of the Air Peace chairman, Mr. Oyema, how Buhari's cousin, who was the aviation minister, tried to ruin his own business, as in he fought him so much. Just take a look at this video. Honestly, this will make you cry. Listen to this.
The management of Air Peace has described as false some of the claims made about its operations by the immediate past aviation minister, Hadi Sirika, during his interview on Arise TV on Sunday. During the interview, the former minister spoke about the unveiling of Nigeria's national carrier, Nigeria Air, which Sirika launched less than 3 days before exiting office. He also explained why the government settled for Ethiopian Airline after it emerged as the highest bidder for the national carrier. Sirika claimed that Air Peace leased 2 Boeing 777 aircraft on a monthly lease fee of $250,000, parked the aircraft for several months, and incurred losses of $19 million.
An Air Peace at the time, he came to us and asked that he wanted us to permit him to be going to America, China, London, everywhere. We all gave him the permits to go. And he brought in 2 777s. He was paying leases of about maybe $250,000 per one. So which is $500,000 he was paying per month for the 2 aircraft. And he kept them for 18 months. And that is $9 million. And didn't go anywhere. And by the time he was ready to start, his landing gear was due, his engine was due. Depending on what it is that was due, if you put together another maybe $10 million. So he was starting that business with minus $19 million. Who does that?
However, Air Peace boss Allen Oyema is faulting Sirika's comments, and he joins us now for a right of reply. Good morning, Mr. Oyema, and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning.
Well, Chairman, please, thank you very much for joining us. So this is basically a right of reply conversation. Mrs. Toyin Olajide, your Chief Operating Officer at Air Peace, already issued a statement stating spurious claims, as she puts it, by Senator Hadi Sirika in the conversation we had with him on this channel on Sunday. Maybe you want to go back to those spurious claims, as those claims affect Air Peace and the aviation industry generally, where you are a shareholder, with regard to Nigeria Air.
Well, it's quite very unfortunate that it ever happened. I'm not here to fight a battle with the ex-minister. It is not in my DNA to pick fights. But I must say that it's very shameful for an ex-minister of government, somebody who has been in, like he said, 20 years ago he was in House of Representatives, he was a senator, and the last 8 years he has been a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, being paid from my tax paying. He supervised my ministry. You expected him to be our chief marketer, so to say. But that hasn't happened in the last 8 years. What you see, I'm not going to sit down here to expose a lot of things for the sake of and love of nation. But I must point out certain things. For an ex-minister of aviation to come out to say indirectly or directly that his airline or an airline he supervised is so incompetent, leased 2 aircraft, paying $500,000 monthly for 18 months, incurring $19 million. And he was saying it, he was peddling falsehood barefacedly. He never blinked. He was speaking as a matter of fact that happened. Imagine the damage this minister had done to the image and reputation of Airpeace with what he has done as an incompetent entity. Meanwhile, he was peddling pure falsehood. How do we now believe every other thing he has said on that day? How do we believe that? So to start with, Airpeace doesn't have 2 777s. Airpeace has 3. And those 3 are outrightly purchased. 2 of those planes are in fact ex-Emirates. One is ex-Singapore Airlines. With everything you can think of inside those planes, they were outrightly purchased by Airpeace. Therefore, we never paid lease rental to anybody. We never incurred, in the first place, you can't even use 250,000 to rent a 777. How much do you pay for a single aisle aircraft? No talk of a 777. So this is a minister trying to fool the entire nation in his desperate bid to fool everybody, to hoodwink the nation. He was peddling falsehood on Airpeace. So how do we as a nation believe every other thing he was saying out there? The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is there. You can contact Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. They're the regulators. He was in charge. He signed the import permit of that aircraft. Or those aircraft. He signed the import permit. You cannot import any aircraft into the country without the Minister of Aviation approving. He signed the import. If it was going to be a lease, it's stated in the letter of application to bring in an aircraft. No aircraft comes into the country without the Minister of Aviation approving. He must be the one to sign the importation permit before you bring them in. So he did all that. And he knew quite well that those planes were not leased. They were not rented. They were fully paid for. And he told the entire world that we leased those planes and just to make us look bad. And at the same time, praising Ethiopia, his partners.
So now you've come out to debunk what the former Minister of Aviation has said. The first question is, was Airpeace, your organization, or perhaps any local operator, interested in partnering with the Nigerian government for Nigeria Air at any point? Were there any moves made? And what was the outcome? If there was any resistance, why? Why didn't they want to work with local operators despite what he said on air? That was because they lacked capacity. What's the real reason then?
I'll give you the history of this whole struggle. Contrary to what the minister had been saying about Nigerian Air and the importance of having a national carrier, national carrier is a moribund idea worldwide. Countries don't go that route anymore. It's a drain on any country. Those who are in it are running out of it. National carrier, the phrase national carrier means government ownership. What countries do these days are flag carriers. British Airways is a flag carrier. It's owned by the IAG group. Just very few countries that are still into the national carrier thing, like South Africa. And you look at South African Airways is bleeding the treasury of South Africa. Several times they tried to close it. Unions will come fighting. The government is tired. Inec was out there for sale for over 10 years. Nobody tried to touch it because of the baggage. But recently, Tata bought it over. So they've divested. Countries don't go that route. Why should Nigeria in 2023 be going backwards instead of moving forwards? All they needed to do is to strengthen the ease of doing business so that people of means, private concerns of means will come and invest in the aviation industry. We are not fighting for ourselves. They told, we are afraid of competition. The airlines of Nigeria are afraid of competition. Nobody is afraid of this national carrier because it will fall and fail like a pack of cards. It's already there. What we are saying, AON, is this. Improve the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Remove those challenges that are stunting the growth of airlines in Nigeria. And these airlines will blossom. Do that, they didn't do it. Okay, when they wanted to do the national carrier, we gave our comments. Most people stood against it. When we saw that they were going to do it, we knew the whole thing was shrouded in secrecy. Our members told APs, okay, apply. When you went to that website, you'll be blocked. You never got anywhere. We did. Forget what they say out there. We did. The bidding. Let them see. What else do you need to know? Sakol is part of this group. He named Sakol as part of this group. I'm not going to say on television certain things because I don't like heating up the politics.
Please say it. Please say it. Say it for the sake of the healing of this country.
Sakol has said it all on the floor of the National Assembly. On the day he announced this national carrier thing, the minister told us sovereign wealth was part of it, 5%. NSIA. Sakol and MRS, 46%. Ethiopia, 49%. Within hours, NSIA told him to withdraw that statement. So what else are we talking about in this country? What else do you need to know? If you could come on television to announce these are the successful bids, they must have presented a bid and they said, we are not part of it. And the letter came and they said it was a mistake. Now Sakol came on the floor of the National Assembly and said, they don't know what you're talking about. And they used the worst language I've ever heard. They described the entire activities as whitewash. The video is there. We're all there at the National Assembly. Sakol. And someone like Taiwo Afolabi should be thanked by Nigerians. Sakol should be thanked by Nigerians. If not for Sakol, a lot would have happened. It's Sakol's refusal to put their signature on something that will shortchange the economy of this country that saved this nation, nothing more. And those of us in AON, the AON that went to court, and we knew fully well that they might penetrate AON and destroy our ranks. 5 airlines came out and stood up and put their names on that suit. So that in case you destroy AON, the other ones, they have locus in law to do this. And those airlines are Max Air, Asman, Air Peace, Tobras, and United Nigeria. On Sunday, when you ask the question, why Air Peace? Because he must have mentioned Air Peace up to 15 times. I don't know what Air Peace has done to him. He said, okay, not only Air Peace, and again, Obi Okonkwo of United Nigeria. And he deliberately forgot to mention the other ones. Are we trying to play the ethnic cards? Thank God the leadership of Dr. Abdulmunaf Yunus Sarina has given AON a teeth to bite. That man is a nationalist. Dahir Manga is from Katsina State. He owns Max Air. Dr. Abdulmunaf Yunus Sarina is from Kano State. He owns Asman. Both of them, myself, Epis, Top Brass, owned by Roland Iyayi, and Obiora Okonkwo of United Nigeria, went to court. And those people are still in court. So it's not an ethnic thing, it's a Nigerian thing. Okay. And today, I have to use this opportunity to congratulate our brother, Alhaji Dahir Manga. He's launching his first 777 today, yet we don't have capacity.
Okay, so one of the things says that you don't have capacity, but I see that you are having partnership with the government of Antigua. Other countries are calling you to come and help set up their national flag carrier, but they say you don't have capacity. I want you to respond to that. And also, you don't have capacity, but during COVID-19, you went to everywhere Nigerians were to bring them back home when COVID-19 was raging on and all of that. And you've also helped with evacuation. But the conversation about you not having capacity, I mean, what would you like to say as regards all of that? And why I kept on saying say it is because the things we live on say destroy our country. Say the absolute truth. How do you feel being treated this way, with the Minister of Aviation? And also the certification. Did Nigeria Air pass that certification, the AOC certification and all of that? Please, I want you to tell the absolute truth about how you've been treated this way and other airlines so that Nigerians will know the truth. We keep saying we don't want to talk. This country keeps getting destroyed every day. We want to be the voice of the people. Let the people know.
Rufai, the truth is, I'm a student of nonviolence. non-violence education. So sometimes there are things we manage in order not to hit up the polity somehow. But the truth is this, we have to speak up. That's why we went to court in the first place. Now, he said we don't have capacity. All those falsehoods were meant to demean the local operators, the indigenous Nigerian airlines, in favor of this charade they've put up with Ethiopia. That's all. To be allowed, even at the fake meetings. How many times, even the former president, President Muhammad Buhari, shut down this national air project at a time. One man is just hoodwinking the country into believing that this is needed. All they need to do is to set up a strong flight carrier. If you if you provide the enabling environment for people to operate, more people will invest in the system. Now about capacity. He told the world that we are low in capacity. He told the world on television that Airpeace was given Dubai to conduct flight operations into Dubai. Are they flying now? Airpeace is no longer flying to Dubai because they are low in capacity. I say, whoever advised Senator Hadi Sirika to come on television to defend the indefensible has not done him any good. The whole world knows. We started operations into Dubai July 5th, 2019. We never stopped until COVID. Everybody stopped. When COVID stopped, we started. UAE decided, for whatever reason, to complete ban on issuance of visas to Nigeria. Airpeace stopped going to Dubai. Emirates stopped coming to Nigeria. Neither Airpeace nor Emirates is flying this route now. None of them. So why should the Minister of Government barefacedly come on television that have this kind of outreach to the world to spoof falsehood because you want to paint the indigenous operators black and blue? Now, he said Airpeace doesn't have capacity. The same Airpeace, when the entire world shut down during the lockdown in 2020 because of COVID-19, Airpeace went to China on 3 occasions, bringing back Nigerians. That is a 14-15 hours non-stop flight, deploying our 777s to go there to bring Nigerians back to their homeland proudly 3 times. Yet Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to India 12 times, bringing Nigerians. Most Nigerians that went to India didn't have money to even pay Ethiopia to bring them back. I deployed my jets. Airpeace deployed our jets. We went there, and those we brought back, later put it in a newspaper to thank us. We brought them back to their country free of charge. We did 12 sorties to India. Yet Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to Thailand, brought Nigerians back. Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to Malaysia, brought Nigerians back. Airpeace doesn't have capacity. Airpeace went to Indonesia, brought Nigerians back. They don't have capacity. In Malaysia, Indonesia, Nigerians went to the embassy, almost attacked everybody because they were stranded. Airpeace deployed, went there and brought them back. Airpeace went to South Africa during COVID, brought Nigerians back. Airpeace also went to England, to the UK, brought Nigerians back, went on a second one. The UK authorities said, oh no, you don't come again. They cancelled whatever they gave us, the permit they gave us. I paid for Nigerians, I hired a European carrier to bring them back. The federal government of Nigeria praised Airpeace for doing that, for love of country. We did others. We don't have capacity. During xenophobic attacks, Nigerians were being killed. Nigerian shops were being raided. Nigerians were being dehumanized in South Africa. I felt bad. He had told some people that it was a public stunt. Which kind of public stunt? This is how I've been. I have to be proud of myself, if not said, in this country. Without Allen Onyema, maybe Boko Haram would have been a child's play. What happened in Niger Delta? I brought up myself. I initiated the program with my own funds, brought the entire University of Rhode Island Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies, paying hundreds of millions, bringing the entire faculty here to train and transform militants with my own money. I was doing it for several years, from 2005 to 2008, until Yaradua came and asked me, who is this Alan Enyema? I have a security report that this guy is decimating militancy. And they brought me. The rest is history today. I've always contributed to the well-being of this country. And all I get from some government officials as this kind of thing, they do all sorts of things, fight you from different angles, and this is what is happening. Yet we don't have capacity. APs doesn't have capacity. We deployed our 777s, went to South Africa, rescued Nigerians during xenophobic attacks. On 2 occasions, Nigerians worked tall during that period. Nigeria as a nation was respected worldwide for what APs did on their behalf. Nigerians felt proud. You needed to see. Why did I break down inside the plane when they arrived? Yes, you saw me crying inside the aircraft. It was because I saw another woman carrying a child, and the woman was praying for me and saying, see, it was an Igbo guy that was carrying, she lost a child in South Africa, that if you didn't come, maybe I would have died, and that, see, an Igbo guy was helping her to carry the other baby all the way from South Africa. They were all clinging to each other. They were singing national anthem. Nigeria became one. This is what we are using APs to do in the country. It's not about money. When you come to APs, it's mini Nigeria. We don't discriminate. I've trained Northerners, Southerners, Southwest, Southeast, giving them a meaningful employment, not just the minimum wage in APs is about 50,000 for cleaners. And we are in support of this present government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. We address our staff. We told them, support this removal of subsidy. We are going to support you. And beginning this month, we are going to dish out palliatives to our staff in support of the government. This is what we've been doing. And the Minister of Government came out there and said, we don't have capacity. And we did all this. And recently, we deployed to Sudan. We deployed to Sudan to bring back Nigerians free of charge. Yet we don't have capacity. Where was Ethiopia? Did Ethiopia do that? I'm going to come to Ethiopia. Ethiopia wanted what they are doing now with the national carrier. They wanted to do it with me. For love of country, I turned it down. April 10, 2019, in a letter. They came to me. They wanted APs to collaborate with them. They took us to Addis Ababa. We signed MOU. And they said in the MOU, we need to push out Gulf carriers. I said, no problem. Mind you, I'm very proud of what Ethiopia has achieved as an airline. They're the pride of Africa. I like what they've achieved, no doubt. So we tried to collaborate. Then when we got to the nitty-gritty of the meeting, what they wanted was to come into this place, do local flying, then use AP's consign to fly the whole world, about 150 basa, while paying me royalties, paying AP's royalties. I said, I would have been getting millions of dollars. And one of them joked, Alan, you don't need to be buying planes again, nothing. I said, where does this leave my country? In the letter I wrote to them, I said, where does this leave my nation, Nigeria? You will destroy the jobs in Nigeria. You will kill the other airlines. No, sir, please. You will kill the other airlines in Nigeria. And APs will be growing. Airline and APs will be swimming in millions of dollars. So we rejected it in a letter. It's documented and it's in court today. So for people saying that we are afraid of competition, if I was afraid of competition, I had them on a platter of gold. I would have taken it, that offer, and I'll sit down.
Okay. Mr. Enyema, we have just about 3 minutes to go, unfortunately. But there are 2 issues I would like you to respond to. The first is the status of the matter in court. Justice Olotu granted an ex parte application. AON took there. Justice Alagoa granted an injunction. But I've seen an opinion in which Alexis Zion, is saying, look, that matter had already been challenged in court, and therefore, Nigeria Air, the unveiling that was done on May 29, could go ahead. What's the status of that matter in court? You are a lawyer. And then secondly, quickly, BASA, Bilateral Air Services Agreement, is one of the things that the association, the Airline Organization of Nigeria has been complaining about. Is it the case, as AON is alleging, that Sirika, as Minister of Aviation, did not help any airline with regard to BASA? quickly, because we have just a few minutes.
If I knew you were going to give me 5 minutes, he was giving about 20 or 40 or 60 or 1 hour to talk. I wouldn't have come in the first place because I need time to debunk so many of the things he said. If I knew I was going to spend 5 minutes and go, I wouldn't have come here in the first place. And that is the truth. About the case in court, I'm surprised the landed senior advocate was saying that because I don't know what he was saying, that the case was the court orders have never been vacated. That is the truth. The court orders are subsisting. They've never been vacated. What they did on May 26 was contemptuous of Nigeria's law. And inviting a foreign airline to come and disregard disrespect our judiciary is very unbecoming of a government official. Alexion cannot go to court tomorrow and tell them that the case has been vacated. It has never been vacated. You don't vacate it by word of mouth. Senator Sirika said that, there's an application to vacate it. Application to vacate is not vacation. It could go either way. They could vacate it or they may not vacate it. So that the court order, the orders of the court are still subsisting. And about BASA, one thing is you apply, I want to go to Lagos, I want to go to London, I want to go to US, and the federal government gives you approval, I go. That is one thing. The other one is you need the support of government to fight for you and fight truthfully too. London, that is the lowest hanging fruit for any airline. Why is it that Airpeace that doesn't have capacity is doing China? We started flying to China. We are doing India. We are doing Jeddah now, Medina on the Hajj. And after Hajj, we continue the scheduled operations. We fly South Africa. So Nigerians now go to India using Airpeace twice a week. China once a week. We do all this. Now you get all this, but London, why is it that Airpeace in the last 7 years or 6 years have not been able to get into London? When we applied, first of all, to get designation, it was difficult. Later, I was given designation. They gave us 3 frequencies. I cried out. I said, why 3 frequencies? This is a low-hanging fruit. This is a 6-hour flight with a lot of traffic. I can do 7 days, daily flight to London. I discovered that another airline, they told me that another airline, Omni Blue, was also getting some frequencies. And I was asking, which airline is Omni Blue in Nigeria? But I don't want to go into that. So, later they increased it to 4. Then we applied. When we applied, because you need to apply for TCO, they wrote Nigerian authorities to ask for, do you know about this Airpeace? And I was denied. They said, no, we didn't know about it. We didn't know they applied. We didn't authorize them to apply. I said, for what? So TCO, that's the European Tech Country Operators Permit. You need to get it first before you go into any European nation, UK inclusive. They stopped us. NCAA didn't allow Airpeace to apply to go into London for 4 years. We are stopped. Reason, Arik messed up in London, Medview messed up, therefore we don't want to be disgraced. We almost lost this. Not NCA under the present DG. In fact, to the credit of the present DG, he was the one that actually took up the gauntlet to fight for us. This present DG, Captain Musa Nuhu, he has done everything possible to get, in fact, almost stopping BA from coming here. So, but the other NCA before him, for 4 years, we are not allowed to go. So who was manipulating them? For no reason. When you go, you say from above, fine. I wanted to fight. The love of country, I know some of the things I will say, it will turn into ethnic issues, and I don't want that. So I kept my cool. Later, NCS said we should get IATA. We should do IATA audit on TCO. Mind you, Airpeace has IOSA, and that is the highest internationally recognized safety audit for any airline. Airpeace has been getting it. We are IOSA certified. They say, no, you have to do audit for the TCO. We now brought in IATA, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that, hundreds of millions of naira to bring them in. At the end of the day, Airpeace passed the audit. And we told them, even IATA sent to them, they said, okay, now we have to audit you ourselves. The game continued until Musa Nuhu stepped in and said, enough is enough. Enough is enough, before they now allowed us to apply. So when we applied, we are still on it, we are still going through it. But when you look at this Nigerian air thing, look at the shareholding. I have it here. The shareholding agreement, I have it here. Without SACO, Nigeria would have been in trouble. The entire management, leadership of the entire management, the DFO, the CEO, all the management positions, the headship, Ethiopia, deputies, Nigeria. Then look at the shareholding. Ethiopia, 49%. There's a company called Fairfax. Who is this Fairfax? It's another Ethiopian, owned by an Ethiopian. They are transaction advisors. They are going to get 3%. They are going to get 1.45% of the shareholding capital, which is put at 250 million. Ethiopia will bring 122 million, but not as cash. Rentals. They'll bring what Ethiopia is bringing is only the Nigerian companies that are going to bring money. SACO and MRS. I have it here. The document is with us here. Ethiopia is not bringing a penny into Nigeria. Ethiopia will pay rentals for their own plane. It's written here, black and white. Pay rentals for their own plane for 5 years. So even if they pay the 122,000, Airpeace alone is worth over $2 billion. As I speak to you, Boeing is in my office now for the delivery of our 737 MAX, which is costing over $1 billion. The E2s from Embraer that we've started receiving is costing about $1 billion. 5 of them have entered Nigeria. Ethiopia is bringing nothing, and they are going to earn 49% of your country's wealth. I call on President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to immediately dissolve this charade called Nigerian Air and start his own thing.
Okay, Mr. Onyema, I'm sure there will be more opportunities to further discuss this subject, which is important to Nigerians. So, right of reply, that's a standard practice, and also Nigerians have the right to know. Thank you very much for joining.
So guys, you've seen it for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you.